Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to your Ostra, also known as the Spring Equinox yoga class. I am so excited for this class. I have been planning this class for a month. I love doing the Equinox and Solstice classes just because, I don't know, it's like something special. But I'm really excited for this one because I am not a big fan of winter. I do not like winter. I lived in Chicago for 6 years and I cannot stand the cold. So I'm very excited for spring. I love the spring equinox. Again, it's also known as Ostra. But yeah, it's the spring equinox is the transition from winter to spring, and I am so excited to do this class with you. Now, before we get started, I have a big announcement. Registration for my group coaching program, Nourish Your Life, is now open. You've probably heard me talk about this program before. It is the thing in my life that brings me the most joy besides these yoga classes. It is a 12-week group coaching program. It is also a community or a little coven of people on the same journey to health, happiness, fulfillment, highest self. We go over everything in this program. It is 12 weeks of goal setting, finding your purpose, healing your relationship with food and your body, accepting your body, mindful movements, yoga, meditation, breath work, journaling, and pretty much everything. There's just so much in this program. It's like too much to list. I'll put the link in the description box to apply, and just for applying, you get my free Self-Love Survival Kit mini course and a free tarot card pull. So if you want me to pull a tarot card for you, go ahead and apply. Even if you don't sign up or you're not sure, fill out an application. And yeah, I will see you there, hopefully. All right, let's get into it. So what is Ostra? What is the spring equinox? This is a transition, again, from winter into spring. This marks one of the days, there's only 2 days of the year that have equal amounts of light and dark. It's a transition day. It is a transition from winter, which is the old, the cold, the dead. You know, it's icy, it's frigid. That was everybody, you know, we were kind of in a rest cycle in winter. You know, we were all cold and things were dying off to make room for the new. So we're ushering in the new, the life, the growth, bright living, all of that good stuff. So shedding all the old, inviting in the new. And we're also transitioning from Pisces season into Aries season. So the spring equinox or Ostra always falls on that transition. So this year it's right on the cusp, March 20th. That's the last day of Pisces, and transitioning into Aries season. Now, Pisces is the end of the zodiac. So Pisces is the last sign and Aries is the first. So this is kind of like the zodiac new year. So we're letting go of all that old. And, you know, Pisces was a season to like dream big, right? In our Pisces new moon, we dreamed bigger, we expanded our dreams, we visualized what we want. And now Aries is fire energy. This is the time to get started and to start working on those dreams. So Aries rules the solar plexus chakra, which we'll be working on a lot today. This class is going to be a lot of powerful flow. As always, listen to your body. You know what's best for your body. Everything I say is an option, not an order. I'm going to give a bunch of different variations for the flows that we're going to be doing, but you do what works best for you. But we're going to get a little hot and heavy in this class. So things that represent Ostra. So you've noticed I've switched out some of my background stuff with some fresh flowers. So fresh flowers, bunnies, little birdies, eggs, fruit, fresh fruit, those all represent Ostra. So you might notice that's a little similar to a holiday we call Easter, because that's what it's based on. So if you're looking for simple ways to incorporate Ostra into maybe your altar or to celebrate Ostra, get some eggs, write your intentions on those eggs and some colorful markers, get some fresh flowers, eat some fresh fruit, plant some seeds with intention. So plant those seeds in the ground, water them with your intentions, your goals, your dreams. Spring cleaning is a great way to celebrate. I know I've been talking a lot. I just want to make sure I cover everything because I'm very excited. But yeah, I think that is all I got. We're going to get started. The mantra, the affirmation, the intention for this class is I'm releasing the old to invite in the new. I'll remind you of that throughout class. We're going to start with some release and then we're going to go into some power. Make sure to have whatever props you need with you. So maybe you need blocks, maybe you need a strap, maybe you need a bolster, whatever it is you need for your body. Make sure you grab those, you listen to your body, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start on our backs in Savasana. So go ahead and find your way to lay back on your mat. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. Take your time. Find your space on your mat. So remembering to take up space. Take up as much space as you need. So letting your arms and legs fall where they want to fall. You might need to tuck that lower back just a bit. Make sure the whole back is touching the mat. And I want you to have your palms facing up to receive energy, to invite in that newness. And go ahead and close your eyes here as you get comfortable on your mat. Noticing your breath as it goes in and out through your nose. As you inhale, the chest expands, the belly expands. And as you exhale, just letting everything go. And as you breathe here, I want you to take some time to check in. Take inventory of the mind, the body, the soul. And make note here of what needs to go. What's this old stuff that we just don't need anymore? Stuff we need to shed, stuff we need to let go of. Those show up as constraints, blockages, tensions in the mind, the body, the soul. So notice those things. Notice those things that no longer serve you. And yes, they did serve a purpose at one time. They served a purpose to get us through that cold, dead winter. But now it's time to let them go. We're going to release that old to make room for the new. Use your breath to help you release. So taking in a big inhale, filling up the chest, fill up the belly. And open mouth, exhale. Release all that old stuff that you don't need anymore. Continuing to breathe here. Now focusing on the new. What are you inviting in? What are you going to start working on? We're going to take that power energy, that fire energy, and we're going to hit the ground running. Go right into our goals, our dreams. One more deep, big inhale and exhale here. Big inhale in through the nose. Fill it up, take up space. And open mouth, exhale. Now gently, I want you to draw your right knee up into your chest. Now you can use a strap here. You can grab for that shin or grab for the back of the thigh, leaving the left leg long. Just pulling this right knee in. Opening up the hip just a bit, getting into the low back. And now option to stay right here. Or if you'd like to take a half happy baby, grab for the bottom of that foot, opening up the hip even more, left leg still straight and long on the mat. Again, you can use a strap here around the bottom of your foot. And we're doing some hip releasing here. And our hips is where we store all of our emotions, all of that old stuff that we need to get rid of. So we're just going to open it up a bit. Start to release. Inhale here, exhale, keeping the knee pulled in. I want you to draw it across your body to the left, so taking a supine twist here with that bent knee. Left leg staying long. You can bring your arms to a T position. Maybe gaze over your shoulder in the opposite direction. Again, this first half of this class is about release. Twist, hip opener is releasing all that old, all that crunchy stuff that we don't need anymore. Just let it go. Inhale, gently come back to center. And exhale, extend that right leg out. Shake it out for a bit if you need to. And then taking it to the left side, pulling that left knee in again. You could use your strap here or grab the shin, grab the back of the thigh. Right leg is staying long. Pulling that knee up towards your chest. There's a gentle hip opener here. And now maybe you stay here. Or maybe you want to grab for that foot, taking that half happy baby, opening up that hip even more. Again, listening to your body, knowing what it needs. Breathing into that hip. Releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Anything that's cold, dead, dry, crunchy, we don't need it anymore. Now inhale here, and again, keeping the knee pulled in. Exhale, draw it over to the right. Make sure I don't kick any of my flowers. Taking that supine twist. Maybe bringing your arms out to a T position. You can gaze over your shoulder in the opposite direction. And just breathe and release here. Inhale, bring it back to center. And exhale, extend that left leg out again. Shake it out if you need to. And now we're going to take it to a full happy baby. So you're going to draw both knees into the chest. Now you can grab for the backs of the thighs, the shins, or for the feet. Or again, use your strap here if you need it. So I'm coming into my happy baby. Low back release, hip release. Maybe you want to rock from side to side. Remember that it's called happy baby, not sad baby. So make sure you're smiling. You're welcoming in the spring. Welcoming in all the new life and the newness and the freshness. And inhale here and exhale. You can gently release. Now extending both the legs and the arms out. I want you to take a nice big morning stretch here, like you just woke up this morning. Maybe you did, just like me. This pose always makes me yawn. Extending the arms, extending the legs out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then keeping the legs and arms extended, I want you to scooch your hips over to the left just a bit. And then you're going to bring your arms and your legs over to the right. So you're creating kind of a banana or a crescent moon on your mat, stretching out that left side body. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can cross your left ankle over the right. We're creating space here. We're expanding that left side body, expanding from hip to rib cage, breathing into that space, inviting in that new. Inhale here, exhale, go ahead and release through center. And then you're going to scooch that right hip over, inhaling here, and exhale, coming to that crescent pose on the left. So extending arms and legs over to the left, stretching out that right side body again. If you want to cross that right ankle over left, you can. Just really lengthening that side, feeling that space from hip to rib cage, breathing into that space, creating space for the new. And inhale here, exhale, go ahead and release back to center, shake it out if you need to. Now we're going to rock and roll the length of our mat to come up to a table. Now option here, if you just want to go to your fetal pose and press up to your tabletop, that is an option, but I like rocking and rolling because it gets into our back a little bit. It's kind of like a massage for your spine, so do it as many times as you need to until you get the momentum to come on up, coming through a seat, and then coming through to your tabletop. So coming to my hands and knees, shoulder, elbow, wrist are all in line. Hips are stacked over the knees. And you know where we're going, right into that cat-cow. And so inhaling, lifting my gaze, lifting my chin, opening up the chest, arching the back. And exhale to round, dome out the shoulders, drop chin to chest. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round. Now do 5 more rounds on your own breath. Linking your breath to your movement and doing what feels good. So maybe you need to kind of rock from side to side. Maybe your body's like, I want some full body circles. Whatever your body needs, I want you to listen. Maybe you need to hold it in one position a little longer than the other because it feels good. Trusting that your body knows what it needs and flowing with your breath. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds chirping outside my window, but very, very on brand for this class. And finishing up that last round, coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to go into a little balancing exercise here. So I'm going to extend both the right arm and the left leg. Now, if that is too much for you, I just want you to do one or the other. So just the arm or just the leg. Do what works best for you and your body. So I'm extending out, finding my balance, engaging my core. I'm going to inhale to lengthen and exhale, draw my elbow to my knee, crunching in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one on this side. Inhale and exhale. And go ahead and release. Shake it out. We're hitting that solar plexus chakra, getting into that power, getting into that Aries energy. So now I'm going to extend the left arm and the right leg, or again, just one or the other. Keeping the hands and feet active. Lengthen on the inhale and crunch it in on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And go ahead and release. Shake it on out. Now we're going to go to a half side plank here. So a modified side plank. Option to take full side plank if it's in your practice. Again, we're getting right into that solar plexus, Aries, fire energy. So starting with the right side, you're going to kick your right leg out to the side like it's a little kickstand. I'll demo here on the left so you can see. So just kicking out, whoop, to the side just like that. So I'm doing that on my right side. I'm trying not to kick anything I got going on back here. Switching all my weight over to my right, opening up with my left. So I'm coming to a modified side plank here. Again, option to take full side plank. If you want a little more, maybe just lift that left leg up. And we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the leg if you have it up, and then come back to center. Taking it to the other side, so kicking out that left leg like it's a little kickstand to the side. Shifting over my weight to my left side, opening up the right. And again, option to lift that top leg. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Shift back to that tabletop. Go ahead and shake it out. We're going to find ourselves into a child's pose here. I take wide-legged child's pose to make some room for the belly. So I'm bringing my knees as wide as my mat, sinking my hips back to my heels, walking my hands out, and dropping the chest and the belly to the mat. Take some deep breaths here. Bringing it back to our affirmation, our mantra, our intention. I'm releasing the old to invite in the new. So think about what you're releasing and think about what you're inviting in, what you're going to start to take action on. Continue to breathe deeply here. Visualizing what you're releasing and visualizing what you're inviting in. On your next inhale, I want you to gently come back up, flow through your tabletop, and then drop all the way down to the belly. And we're going to come to a Sphinx pose here. So my forearms are going to come out in front of me, hands and forearms pressing into the mat. I'm pressing My shoulders down and away from my ears so they're not shrugged up. They're nice and pressed down. My chin is up, my gaze is up. Finding my Sphinx Pose here, a little heart opener. Now, option to stay here or option to find your Cobra pose. So I'm going to press into my hands, just straighten my arms, and then slowly I'm going to walk my hands back, still keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears, keeping my hips, my pelvis pressed into the mat until I'm coming all the way up to my high Cobra. Again, don't let your ears shrug up, or your shoulders shrug up to your ears. Press your palms into the mat, press the shoulders down and away. Gaze is up, chin is up. Opening up that front body. Now inhale here and exhale, press back to your child's pose. Now, we're gonna flow between Cobra and child's pose for a little extended cat-cow. If that is too much or you don't wanna do that, I just want you to go to your regular cat-cow on your tabletop. We're just gonna flow and just warm up that spine a bit. So inhale, you're coming to your heart opener, so either your Cobra or your cow pose. And then exhale, your counter pose, so your cat's or your child's pose. Inhale, open up. And exhale, counter pose. One more. Inhale to open up, heart opener. And exhale for that counter pose. Go ahead and gently inhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. We're going to find our first downward facing dog of class. So you can tuck your toes and inhale those hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Find some movement here, so maybe pedal out the feet. You can shake out the hips. You can shake the head. Remembering to listen to your body, so maybe you need to widen the stance a bit to make room for the belly, or keep a bend in your knees. Doing what works best for you. Go ahead and find stillness here in your downward dog. Inhale, gaze at the top of the mat, and exhale, go ahead and travel into a forward fold. Again, making adjustments as needed for your body. Hanging out here in this forward fold. Spending some time here to release the low back, maybe keep a micro bend to the knees. Maybe grab for opposite elbows. Maybe sway from side to side. Now we're going to take some twists here to continue to release. You might need a block here if you have really short arms like me. Just place it right in the center of your mat, or maybe you don't. We're going to release the right hand to that block or to the mat right in the center, right underneath your head. Placing that palm down, bending into the right knee, and inhaling that left arm up and open for a twist here. Again, keeping a bend in that right knee, maybe a micro bend in the left. Using these twists to release the old. Take an inhale, exhale, release, switch out the hands. So left hand now coming down to the block or to the mat, bending into the left knee, inhaling that right arm up and open. Breathing here. And take an inhale and exhale. Go ahead and release into your forward fold. Bring the hands to the shins, press into them. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale those hands to heart center. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Stand in this Tadasana, this mountain pose. And remind yourself of our mantra, our affirmation. I'm releasing the old to make space and invite in the new. Breathe here. When you're ready, go ahead and gently open your eyes. You can keep your hands of prayer Or let your arms rest at your side in this Tadasana mountain pose. Now we're going to work through a few different variations of sun salutations here. I'm going to cue each one. Each one's going to get a little bit more intense, but I want you to listen to your body. I'm going to teach you a bunch of different variations, and you choose the one that works best for you, and you stick with that one. So I'm going to talk us through a vinyasa, talk us through some chaturanga options, and I just want you to listen to your body and find the one that works best for you. So we're going to start with a little half sun salute. So from Tadasana, standing at the top of your mat, I want you to inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do 2 more just like that. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that one more time, and this time we're going to add on. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now I want you to plant your hands. Now you have a lot of options here. An option is step back to downward dog, to come back to a tabletop, or to step back to a high plank. Now options here for chaturanga. You can drop to your knees and take your chaturanga here. So chaturanga is essentially a yoga push-up. So let me demo from the knees. So my spine is nice and in line, hips, shoulders, head. You're going to squeeze your elbows into the side and just bend chest first over all the way down to the stomach. Take a heart opener, whether that's maybe a low cobra, or you want to take a high cobra, or even an upward facing dog, whatever option. And then you're going to exhale back to a downward facing dog. So we're going to go through that a couple more times so you get the hang of it. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, come back to your forward fold, however you need to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. So, let's go over some options for you. You can stick with that half sun salute, where we inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come back to standing. And then take all the lunges that we're going to take from this standing position. So just stepping back into the lunges. Or, second option, with a lot of little variations in it, sticking with that basic sun salute. So inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then choose your own adventure here. Maybe you just step right back to a downward dog and you'll play around with the lunges from here. Maybe you want to take that full vinyasa, so you're either taking chaturanga from your knees all the way down. You can take it from your high plank, shift forward, then lower down. Find your heart opener, and then find your downward facing dog. Other options might include maybe you just hold your plank and then go to downward dog. You can come to your knees, do a weightless push-up, weightless chaturanga, and then come to your downward dog. I want you guys to make sure you have all the options humanly possible so you can find what works best for you and your body. So we're going to take it from the top, and I want you to do what works best for you. So any of those options I just gave, coming to the top of your mat, we're going to go through 2 full vinyasas, 2 full sun salutes, and do them however you would like to do them. So I'm going to take the full variation with a chaturanga. Maybe you take chaturanga from your knees. Maybe you skip it all together. Again, please listen to your body. So whenever you're ready, we're starting from the top. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And again, options. You can come back to standing, or take whatever option you want to take here. If you're in your downward dog, I want you to transition back to standing at the top of your mat, and that's where we will all meet. Standing at the top of our mats, hands at heart center. We're going to do that one more time. Maybe you want to try a different variation. Maybe you want to do the same one just to get into the hang of it. So standing at the top of our mat, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now choose your own adventure here. Doing what works best for you and your body. And if you're in downward dog, we're just transitioning back to the top of our mat. And we will meet standing at the top of our mat, hands at heart center. Now your heart rate is probably a little up. You're feeling that Aries energy, that fire energy, that life energy, right? That's what spring is. It's inviting back in that life. So take a moment here to breathe. Take a big inhale in. Fill up and open mouth, exhale. Big inhale in and open mouth, exhale. All right. Now we're going to do a Sun Salutation B, as it's called. So the first one we did was A. This one's going to be B. And this one incorporates a Warrior One. So again, if you're just doing the very first option where you're just kind of inhaling, folding, and then inhaling, come back to standing, and you're going to take your Warrior One from standing. Now, if you're doing any of the other options where we end up in downward dog, we're going to come to our Warrior One from downward dog. So however you're going to get there, we're going to take it from the top. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Choose your own adventure here. Now, if you're standing, you're going to step the left foot back, keeping the right foot forward into Warrior One, or if you're in a downward dog, you're going to inhale that right leg up, straight back, three-legged dog. Inhale here, exhale, draw that knee into the chest, or you can take it a little bit outwards if you need to make room for the belly. Planting that right foot down. Back foot goes flat at a 45-degree angle. Then you're inhaling up to your Warrior One. So again, options. Coming from downward dog or stepping back into your Warrior One. Wherever you're at in your Warrior One, front knee is over ankle, back leg is straight, back foot is flat, hips are square to the front of the mat, and we inhale, arms up. This is a power stance. Feel that solar plexus chakra engage. Feel the power of a warrior pose. Now options. You can inhale, step right back to the top of your mat, or you can inhale here, exhale, hands come down, plant, press into the palms, step back to a three-legged dog, release into a downward dog. Inhale, gaze at the top of the mat, exhale, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're all meet and standing at the top of our mat, no matter what. And now I've got to do the other side. So again, however you're going to get there, we're going to take it to the other side. So inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Choose your own adventure. I'm skipping the Chaturanga and going right to a downward dog. And again, however you're gonna get there, either step back or lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee in, plant it, and come up to that warrior one. Again, front knee is over ankle, back foot is flat and at a 45-degree angle. Hips are square. Feeling this power stance here. Breathe. Activate that solar plexus. Option to inhale and then exhale, step to the top of your mat, or inhale. Exhale, hands come down, start press into the mat, step the left foot back into three-legged dog, and then release into your downward facing dog. Now we're going to take a rest here. So if you're in your downward dog, you can drop to your knees, sink the hips back, find that child's pose. If you're standing, you can stay standing at the top of your mat or make your way down into a child's pose. Grab some water if you need it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling nice and sweaty. Nice and warm. Activating that fire energy. And inviting in that new. This fire, this heat, this warmth is going to melt out all that old, that cold, that dead. We're letting go of it. Breathing wherever you're resting. Reminding yourself of our affirmation. I'm releasing the old to invite in the new. Say it out loud if you need to. Seal it with a breath. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to standing at the top of our mat. So if you're in child's pose, gently inhaling up to your tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes. Inhale up to your downward facing dog. Hang out here for a moment. And then inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. And exhale, travel into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, my darlings. Now we're going to play around with Sun Salutation C. So again, you can take it from just your standing half sun salute and step back into your lunge, or again, take it from your vinyasa. Choose your own adventure. Either way, we're going to end up this time in just a basic lunge. So when you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Choose your own adventure, either standing or flow to your downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee into chest, planting it. This time, coming to just your basic lunge. Now you can keep the back knee up or you can drop the back knee down, coming to a low lunge. Now you can have hands on blocks or hands on your thigh, or inhale those arms all the way up. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Now again, you can transition through a tabletop. You can come back to the top of your mat, or you can plant those hands. Lift the back knee, press into the mat, step back to your three-legged dog. Release into your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze at the top of the mat. Exhale, travel into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, come to standing. Exhale those hands to your heart center. We still have the other side, my lovelies. So, same thing, except on the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Choose your own adventure here. However you'd like to get to that lunge. I'm going to inhale my left leg up and back. Exhale, knee in, plant it. Finding either this high lunge or a low lunge with your knee bent, your knee on the mat. You can have hands on blocks, hands on thigh, or inhale those arms up. And again, you can do this with the knee lifted or the knee down. Inhale here, exhale, hands come down, or you just step back to the top of the mat, pressing into the palms, lifting that back knee, stepping that left foot back to a three-legged dog, and exhale, release into your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, travel into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Big inhale in through the nose, fill up. And open mouth, exhale. Can you feel that power? Can you feel that warmth? Can you feel that new energy? Letting go of those final remnants of the old. Feeling that solar plexus, that warmth radiating from your core. That Aries energy, that fire energy. Now one last time, we're all going to inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Everybody's going to plant their hands and step back to a downward dog. Just for a second. And then drop your knees to the mat. And go ahead and take a seat. All right. We are going to get some twists on. And we're going to breathe. We're going to meditate a little bit. So I want you to come to a seat. Any seat that you are comfortable in. I'm taking my cross-legged easy seated pose. Now, maybe easy seated pose means something different to you. You can sit on a pillow, block, a bolster. You can extend the legs. However you'd like to sit. Listen to your body and get comfortable. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm bringing my hands to my knees. Bringing my focus to my breath. I can feel the sweat dripping down my brow. And I want you to inhale those arms up overhead. And exhale, take a twist to the right. So left hand's coming to right knee, right hand's coming to tent on the ground behind you. Gazing over that right shoulder. I'm looking at these beautiful flowers behind me. Go ahead and inhale, everything comes back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Now right hand coming to left knee, left hand coming to tent behind you, and gazing over that left shoulder. And inhale, everything comes back to center. Exhale, release the hands down. Now we're going to take some side stretches. So I'm going to bring my right hand down to the mat. I'm going to inhale my left arm up and open, pressing my left hip down. Taking a lateral side stretch here. Again, opening up this left side body. Trying to keep the chest open to the ceiling. Inhale, come through center. And exhale now over to the left. So left hand comes down, right arm opens up. Keeping the chest open to the ceiling. And inhale, go ahead and come through center. All right. We are going to go ahead and get our meditation on. We're going to do something that's called diaphragm breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. I always pronounce it wrong, but we're getting into the diaphragm, right? This is belly breathing. This is deep belly breathing. So I want you to place your right hand on your heart, on your chest, and your left hand on your belly. Now the goal here is to keep the chest still and breathe only into this belly, into the solar plexus chakra. So keeping your hand kind of above the belly button. I want you to close your eyes. First, just breathing normally here. Now as you breathe, when you inhale, you feel that chest lift, right? You feel that kind of lift of the chest, the shoulders. The goal is to Keep that chest as still as possible and just breathe into the belly, into the diaphragm. So I want you to focus here. We're going to inhale into the belly, keeping the chest still, trying to keep that hand on the chest still. Push that belly out. And exhale. We're going to kind of suck that belly in, feel that core engage. Chest is staying still. Inhale, fill the belly up, keeping that chest still, pressing the belly out so you feel those fingers expand on the belly. And exhale, you're engaging that core, kind of sucking that belly, that diaphragm in. Inhale, chest stays still, press the belly out. And exhale, engage the core, tuck that belly in. Inhale, press the belly out. And exhale, the belly comes in. Last one, inhale. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Press that belly out. Keep the chest still. Feel those fingers expand on the belly. And exhale. Engage that belly, engage that core. Now gently let your breath return to normal. You can release your hands to your knees, palms facing up to receive. And I want you to continue to breathe here. Deep inhales and exhales. And I want you to bring your focus to any final things that you need to release. Any old dead things that don't serve you anymore, that need to be left in the winter. Seal that release with a breath. So big inhale in through the nose, fill up the chest, fill up the belly. And open mouth, exhale. Now I want you to bring it to those new things that you're welcoming in, the new things that you're inviting in, the spring energy, the Ostra energy, this happy, bright, living, thriving energy. I want you to think of at least one commitment to your dream, to your goal that you can do today or this week or over this Ostra weekend. One thing that you can do that's going to bring you closer to your goals, one action that you can take. I want you to visualize it. I want you to make that commitment to yourself. I'm going to do this thing. I'm taking action. I'm inviting in the new. Now seal it with a breath. Big inhale in, fill up the chest, fill up the belly. And open mouth, exhale. Let your breath return to normal. Now you have an option if you'd like to take a Savasana here, but this is where I'm going to leave you today. I want you to inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, draw those hands to your heart center, palms coming together to touch. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful spring equinox. The light, the love, the fire, the living, the thriving, the new energy in me honors all of those wonderful things in you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. Now again, if you'd like to take a Savasana, please be my guest. Take any Savasana that you'd like. Otherwise, this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Don't forget to check me out on TikTok and Instagram at Nourish Natasha. And don't forget to apply for Nourish Your Life. Let's get you in there. Let's change your life. Let's get started on these goals, these dreams. Take that action to your happiest, healthiest, best life, aligning with your highest self. I hope to see you there. The application is in the description box, as well as some info on the program. That's all I got. My lovelies, I will see you for the full moon at the end of the month, and hopefully I'll see you in Nourish Your Life. So have a wonderful Ostra, and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.